This guy is young, he's stupid. He think that's you know, he can do whatever he want because previously the Saudi they kidnapped many royal family princes. Not only this guy, I mean, even their family they kidnapped them. You can go right now and search on YouTube, and you will see how many royal. By the way, when I say royal, don't believe me. I mean, they are Bedouin. They have nothing to do with royal. None of them been a king before. This family is made by the rich, intelligent. All the royal family, they call them royal family in the Middle East. They are Bedouin who used to take a shower once every 10 years. But because of the rich, intelligent, who they need someone to present them. So they made the king of Jordan, his grandfather, they made him the Honorable Al-Sharif Hussein, the Honorable Hussein, which why? Because supposedly he claimed that he is descendant from the Prophet Muhammad, peace upon him. And because those Abdul Muslims are, they are like small, naive people, so the British intelligence were able to convince them that this guy, he is descendant from the Prophet, and now we will it is time for you to have a king, he's an Arab, get rid of the Turkish. And this is how the intelligence at that time of Her Majesty the Queen, they were able to. And for sure, if I don't know if how many of you knows about the guy who his name is Lawrence, who is supposedly dressing as an Arabian. This guy is a real person, is not a, you see him in the movie. There's a movie, it's called The Lawrence of the Arab. You see him in the movie, it's a movie, yeah, but it is a real person. This is a real person. This is an intelligent person who was sent by the British intelligence in order to create a revolution against the Turkish. And he taught those Bedouin who do not know how to fight using a new weapon, who do not know how to do bombs, or he taught them whatever they need. And then they were able to make this person, the Bedouin man from Mecca, they made him a king for the Arab. They brought him to Jordan, they brought him to Jerusalem, and then they divide this guy. He have three kids, so we divided it to three kingdoms: Iraq, Syria, Jordan, etc. So and then when it's time, those guys they expired and they are gone. The only one is still there is the king of Jordan, and he is there for a reason, to protect the borders of Israel. But everything we see around us always it have an expire date. Like the Saudi family, they are there until there is the date for them to be used is going to be expired. And as long the Western they need them, they will stay there. And specifically these days, you see England is not the powerful country as before. The army of England today is not even 60,000, which means they cannot even respond to any war, and they are not capable of going in any war. They are very weak. The liberals in England, they made their army very limited, so it's not the same as the UK before, or let us say the Britain, the Greater Britain. Today is a small Britain full of immigrant, and British people are not really controlling themselves. As you see, the mayor of London, he is not even a British. I mean, he is a guy from Pakistan. Um, Even the Commonwealth countries, like right now, the Minister of Immigration in Canada is a Muslim. So you can imagine what that will do to Canada. So those liberals, they are self-destruction people, and they lost it. So today the only country who have a leader who can really make a difference for any way, like different for bad or good, is America, and that is a Trump. Before, all those presidents who they used to be in USA, at the end of the day, they are employees of somebody else. They are the president of the greatest country in the world, let us say, as power, but at the same time, they are, hired, like George Bush, Reagan, Bill Clinton, all of them, Obama. There is no difference between them. All of them, at the end of the day, they are just employees of somebody else, and they have a business to do. Trump is a business only person, which means he made it clear America come first. So you want me to protect you, I will protect you, but you have to pay me, and the price is going to be very high. And this is what will happen now. The Saudi Trump, he sent his foreign minister to US to Saudi Arabia, and I am sure there is going to be a deal how we can get out of this. How, Mr. President, we need your help. How we can get out of this, and how we can stay strong by your help. For sure, there will be a secret deal to protect the Saudi family as usual. And actually, I believe strongly that none of the American want the Saudi royal family, or let us say the Bedouin family, to lose their control of Saudi Arabia, because the outcome is going to be ugly. The one who will control it might be someone totally support person of ISIS, or have the same mentality. So it's for their benefit to keep this royal family there, and I believe it's for their benefit to keep the crown prince there, because you see, the crown prince is, because he's stupid. It's always for the benefit, your benefit, to have a stupid leader. You see, Israel, they always benefit of having stupid Arab leaders around them. Imagine if the Israeli have a smart leaders around them. That's very bad news to Israel. So this is a perfect person. This is why I believe the American, they will defend his existence. They will defend the existence of his father too, and they will defend the existence of the family of Al Saud in Saudi Arabia. For they cannot buy, they cannot find better stupid family than this family. Corrupt, garbage, criminals. They have no ethic. Everything is for sale. Everything for buy. They say something, they do something. They are perfect. This is a perfect environment to be in control of any country. And now Saudi Arabia will own Trump, big deal, because they need him, they need his help, they have the oil, yes, they have the protection for themselves because of the oil, but still they are going to face a severe a climate around them. People, they will be disgusted, and people who work in politics, they have to be careful now how to deal with Saudi Arabia, because the public is watching, and they have to make some act on the stage that they are really going to punish Saudi Arabia. But at the end of the day, nothing will happen, especially as long America don't go to punish Saudi Arabia. The rest, they will not dare. Canada, just a few weeks ago, I think it was the foreign minister of Canada or something, post a post on Twitter, and the result of that, the Saudi, they cancel all their business with Canada. They kicked out of this Canadian ambassador, and they order all their students to leave Canada immediately, and they withdraw all the investment from Canada for just a Twitter, just for a tweet. And the Canadian lost big deal really from this movement. So the Saudi, they can do that to all of European countries, and I wish they would do that, because that will free the European from being the slaves of the money of the Arab. The Prince of Qatar, the royal family of Saudi Arabia, they are really involving heavily in controlling Europe and the West. So I don't think anything will happen. I think Trump is going to protect them, and I understand why he will protect them, because at the end of the day, it's for his benefit, for the benefit of USA, to keep them there. As I said, they are corrupt, they are stupid, they are savage, and that will make them perfect to control. You see, in the Middle East, and I am a Middle Eastern, as you know, we cannot have democracy. Democracy is very dangerous. Imagine you live in a country where people do not even know what democracy is. You see, if you notice, we live in America, right? And I don't know how many of you are American. When Trump, he won the election, the left, they start burning cars, smashing windows, attacking people in the street. This is in America. So imagine in the Middle East what it is. You know what I'm talking about? So if a bunch of idiots from the left, they were able to brainwash millions of people and made them go to the street and start burning cars, because how you say day and night you believe in democracy, and then when somebody from the other side win, you start burning cars. If this is what the American does after losing election, what Arab, and that they are my people, they will do if we have election? If you don't believe in what will happen, go and see what happened in Egypt, go and see what happened in Libya, go and see what happened in Iraq, go and see. freedom is not really good, not in those countries. The second you say freedom there, it's mean people will be kidnapped in the street. The street is not going to be safe for anyone, even to do shopping, to bring your grocery. You will not have a president staying there for long. You will not have a government. You will not have a police. You will not have anything. The country will go in chaos. Since we took Saddam Hussein out of office and we replace it with the elected government, what happened to Iraq? Go and read the news today. Today, just today, news in Iraq, and yesterday, and the day before, and the day before, and the day before, and you will see Iraq is messed up for the coming 1,000 years for a very simple reason, because there is democracy, and democracy, it is not a recipe, is not a drugs prescription for everybody. It doesn't fit with everybody. Those are Middle Eastern, especially the majority are Muslims, and Muslims don't fit with democracy. So uh, the royal family in Saudi Arabia are perfect to keep that territory under control. Otherwise, you will have just another Iraq, another Syria, another Libya, another. You know, no, Iraq is messed up since Saddam Hussein lost. You see, so when Saddam Hussein was there, because he's a dictator, he controlled the country. You see, this is what people don't understand. That dictators in the Middle East is a must. It's a must. It's not a choice. It's not. You see, if I live in the Middle East now, if me myself, if I am still in the Middle East, I would like to have a dictator over democracy, because as I told you, those people there don't understand what democracy is. There's a tribes, there is a special interest, there is etc. People, they will eat each other, and the big fish will eat the small fish, as it used always to be. So you cannot have democracy in those countries. Otherwise, you are just planning to burn those countries in fire. You see, the American, they went to Afghanistan and they made election. Look how funny this election is. After 20 years in Afghanistan, you don't have democracy, and you will never have democracy. So they don't, the Western, they think they can do to Iraq the same as they did to Germany after the World War II. But this is Germany, and those are German. Those are not Arab, and they are not Muslims. So they don't understand how it is in the Middle East. But I'm sure after all this many years dealing with the Middle East, they understand now. There's one of two choices. Either you hire a dictator, and that will bring stability, or you bring democracy, and that will burn those countries. And I believe in this stage now, Saudi family, they are the best to establish a stable position in that territory, especially USA preparing to put heavy sanctions on Iran, and maybe even later they might launch heavy strikes on them. I will not be surprised if Trump, before the end of the coming election, which means before he leave the office, he strike Iran heavily, and he do something nobody did before, because the sanctions of Trump on Iran, if he was able to force the Turkish, and I think now the Turkish, they are very weak, and they are going to obey Trump like puppies. Their economy is really garbage. um, they need anything to save them, and Iran cannot save them. And Trump here is going to put sanctions on anyone who do business with them, which means the Turkish cannot afford really to have sanctions on themselves. So the Turkish will close their borders, and he will force them to do so. Uh, he might be able to make the Russian do that too, if he is smart enough. And then the Iranian regime is going to collapse. The country will be burning from inside. The people will start going in the street hungry. You see, you can control nation as long they are not hungry. The second hunger strike the stomach, people, they lose their mind. You can give me speeches, I can laugh at Hillary, I can laugh at Trump, I can laugh at I can laugh, and you can laugh, as long you are not hungry. The second your children are hungry, the second you cannot pay for your fuel, for your food, to heat your children's, you go out of control. And this is what will happen in Iran. So now, for what is going to happen with this guy, and this is the crime they did against him, it's just additional crime. I mean, those people, they kidnap people always. You see, nobody is questioning Obama for the $600 billion he sent to terrorists in Syria. I mean, who, what difference it does it make if we kill them by our hand or we kill them by somebody we hire? So the Saudi, the crown prince, he hires some of his police to kill this guy. Obama, he sent John McCain. He met with the bunch of terrorists in Syria, and he promised them a lot of money and weapon, and the weapon delivered, and the money was delivered. And those people, what they do with those weapons, they kill people too. They killed the Christians, they killed Muslims, they killed everybody. They killed women, they raped women and children, they kidnapped them, they made slaves, they have a slave market. The friends of Obama. So the world is full of hypocrisy, and people, they don't really point their finger at the really criminal. They point their finger at the one who shot with the gun. But this is just a guy who is doing the order. The really criminal is the one who ordered him, who bought him the gun, who gave him the gun, who told him to do it. You know what I mean? Uh, And now we will see, you will see, like let us see what will happen tomorrow. The Saudi, they will say, okay, it happened in our embassy and it was an authorized investigation, and they were investigating that he have a money fraud, blah blah blah. He did not report, blah 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 blah, but it wasn't, shouldn't be this way, and we are going to punish the one who did that. As simple as that. And then Trump, he will insist, and he will be consistent. He will say, yes, the king, he do not know, the crown prince, he do not know what we can do. This happened, and they will punish the guy. That's what will happen. Um, for the one who is excited that the Turkish and the Saudi, soon they will announce that the crime, yes, happened and this guy was killed, and that supposedly will bring a big chaos in Saudi Arabia. I don't think anything will happen. It's going to have an impact, let us say a negative impact, in the reputation of Saudi Arabia. But remember, people have short memory. Yesterday, 9/11 was there, and people, the whole world forgot about it. 3,000 people burned alive. Eh, they forgot about it. The war in Iraq, they forgot about it. People, they forget. I mean, what a big deal. Uh, so and the media, when they want, they can kill any, like they say, they make you forget things. The media, they can make bring things to your memory, or they can make you forget it. All what the Saudi they need to do, actually the Saudi already, they have a lobbyist organization. I forgot what the name, before I saw it. um Saudi lobby USA. See what is the name. um Yeah, I need to find it, but because I remember they have an organization, they have a name officially. So they have a lobby. Mm, if you remember, when the liberals, they start fighting any idea, especially at Trump, that we should not drill looking for oil. The fracking method is very damaging, cause cancer, health, environment, water will be poisoned. All of this behind it, there is an investigation about it in YouTube. You can go and watch it. They sent the hiding camera, they recorded them. All of this was behind it. It was the Saudi. So the Saudi, they tried with their lobbyist, which is organization who do commercial for them, they do advertising for them, and the advertising doesn't mean they advertise for the royal family. No, they do for things serve the agenda of the Saudi. So they spend hundreds of millions of dollars to convince the naive American that if you drill for oil, that will cause you cancer and you will die, because that will poison the water, and you will not be able to live good, and the air will be polluted, and you are going to die, you and your family, because of cancer, and Trump will bring you cancer. This is why the Saudi, they were in favor of Hillary Trump, because she is very corrupt and she is in their pocket. Trump, by opening the energy resource, he did really hurt the Saudi badly. Not only the Saudi, all the the business of all the countries who sell oil and gas and etc. Uh, so they spend a lot of money to convince the American to vote against the fracking for oil in USA, and they get exposed and they fail. And Hillary Clinton, she lost, thanks God, because if Hillary Clinton she won, the first thing she would do is to serve her masters. She will stop drilling for oil. She will stop the pipe between Canada and USA. She will stop any kind of energy resource additional to the oil or the gas, and she will make America again dependent on the Saudi and other foreign countries' oil. And this is exactly what the Saudi they want. They want to be in control of America by using their oil. Now the Saudi they are in control of other countries, but not in America. In America, America now is in control of the Saudi, and this incident now is going to give Trump another powerful tool over the Saudi to make them more subdued and do what he wants. So now I'm sure there is a deal is going to be, I'm sure it's done already, between the foreign minister of Trump and the Saudi about what we will do with this, how we can get you out of it, and what you will pay us for this. And I can imagine that maybe in a few months from now, the Saudi they will fly over to USA and they will sign a deal to buy another $100 billion weapon deal, which is just to say thank you to Trump, which is thank you, but it's not a choice. You have to, you know, it's you have to deal. He is holding them from their arms and they need him. So uh, I don't think anything will happen, and you will soon you will see. Like I heard that the vice president of some companies they be caught to go to a conference in Saudi Arabia. You're right, with a big deal. If you are a man, stop doing business with them. Be a man. All those company vice president who said we be caught going to a conference, what the conference would do? I mean, what this is hypocrisy. What about stop selling your cars to them? Let us see if you can do that. Let us see if General Electric will stop selling any equipment or anything, any machines they make to you to Saudi Arabia. Or let us see if you know, Italian companies will do the same, French company, UK company. That's garbage. You know, the Saudi even they are buying weapons to kill thousands and thousands of Yemeni civilians in Yemen, and yet the European they still sell them weapon. I mean, look at the hypocrisy. So now you are angry for a guy, but your feeling did not move for thousands and thousands of civilians who die in Yemen, who was killed by the royal family of Saudi Arabia. That is garbage, and we know that this game is not really is not a true game. It's just it's an act, it's a theater, and you know the naive one they you know they believe what they see in TV, and they have to do some act. Now after the Saudi they announce that this is what happened, they will make some noise, some smoke, and then everybody go home, right? So I don't think anything will happen. I think things will be fine. And if I am you, I will go and buy some gas, put it in my car, because I guess tomorrow the price of gas will increase, even though there's nothing will happen. You know, I think already it's going to increase. So if you are in the street, buy some gas at least for the coming 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Because the second the Saudi they will announce that they are the one who did it, is going to have an impact on the price of oil, and you better have some gas in your car. But after that, maybe 2 weeks from now, everybody go home, everything is fine, and people will forget about this garbage, and you know nobody care, right? Yeah. All the families in the Middle East are criminals. I mean, the Saudi are the same. What about the Prince of Qatar? The Prince of Qatar, he put his father in jail. Not this guy, his father, you know. The father of this guy, who is the previous Prince of Qatar, his father went in a vacation. He came back in the airplane. Before he go down in the airport, they arrested him. They put him in a box and they took him to his bedroom. And since then, nobody saw him. You know, those people they don't have. You know, my friend, I am from the Middle East. I know what it is. Those people they are the last to trust. They betray their own shadow. They betray their own shadow. Who is the one who killed Uthman ibn Affan? They did. They did. Who is the one who launched war against Ali, the cousin of Muhammad, the one who is married to his daughter, supposedly, Aisha? Family, the family. You know what I mean? It's nothing new. This is how they are. This is why they will never be one. They will never be something. They will never be a nation, because they are nations who full of corruption. When the caliphate of Uthman ibn Affan, not only they killed him, you see, I will not be surprised if the Saudi police they did to Khashoggi the same as they did to Uthman. But the difference is Uthman, he have a bigger beard, and it was more harmful. The Uthman ibn Affan, they pull the hair of his beard one by one by one, non-stop. And then after they finished torturing him, they cut his head and they play volleyball with it, and then they drag his body in the streets around. And then after the kids start finishing playing with it as if it's a dead cat, uh, they refuse to bury him between the Muslims. So at night, some of the friends of Uthman, they came in secretly, and they took the body and they bury it with the Jews. With the Jews, not with the Muslims, because they were afraid if they knew that they bury him with the Muslims, those guys will be killed. Uh, so nothing changed. It is the same. You know, the king of Jordan is the same garbage. He is a terrorist. He is a criminal. Just go to Jordan right now and say one word about the king. You and your family will disappear. Everybody know that. It's the same. It's the same. Go to Egypt. Go, you name it. This is how it is in the Middle East, my friend. So when somebody says to you that there is going to be an investigation, and soon we will find out, you will find out what? We know what happened, and this happened always in the Middle East. Always. I mean, when I say always, I honest to God, always, every second. You know, uh, if I tell you things, you will not believe it. I mean, things which hilarious to even to believe. But those people, they all dictator countries, it doesn't matter, by the way, not only Islamic countries, they focus in the image of the leader, whoever the leader is. His picture is everywhere, his name is everywhere, and the radio station, the TV station, the newspaper, everybody praising him, the same as Muhammad. So in order to control your mind, to make you believe that there's no other one can do what this guy is doing. So wherever you go, like in Cuba, you go to during the Soviet Union. So the leader image have to be in every wall, every classroom for children's, even the kindergarten, everywhere. Since you are a child, you will not see anyone except this guy. He is your daddy. And this is what you see right now in Korea. The president, he died, and we give his son the job, etc. Because they own you. They own the country. You are just you are like a cow. They own the whole country. Uh, and Saudi Arabia, it's not only like those dictator countries. The whole country is having their name. I mean, the whole country is Saudi Arabia. What is the name of the country? Saudi. How you call it Saudi? Because the king last name is Saudi. So imagine, your name is Muhammad Balloni, and then they are okay, and now you became a king to your country, and you call it what? You call it Balloni country. I mean, this is how they don't respect their people. How much those people are nothing for them, to the point you name the country by your last name. So imagine Hillary Clinton, when she became a president, and thanks God she is not, then we changed the name of the country to make it the United States of Hillary. It's possible in the Middle East. You can do that. Who dare? I mean, who dare to say to the president, whoever he is, or a king, you cannot do that? Nobody. Who's going to do that? Just try. Just try. Uh, and this guy, he is a member in the Muslim Brotherhood, a member of Al Qaeda. He's a terrorist. But he was useful for the Saudi for a long time. He was the middle guy between them and Osama bin Laden, as an example, to negotiate with him. He was, always the middleman, the same as Qatar. Like just 2 days ago, USA and Taliban, they met by the help of Qatar in Qatar. I mean, why we are discussing Trump? He keeps saying to us, we don't negotiate with terrorists, and the same time you are meeting with Taliban. That is really a hypocrisy. But they are, at the end of the day, American, they will do what is for their benefit. They say things, they do things, and sometimes they say what they don't do, and they do what they don't say. But Qatar never stopped the relationship with Taliban, and their embassy of Taliban is still until now the center of Taliban. Since the time of Osama bin Laden, never been closed in in Qatar. Uh, so there is a lot of evil things happening around us, but what we think that we live in a perfect world where there is justice, and if somebody commit a crime, he will be punished. You will be punished for your crime only if you are poor, if you are no one. If you are no one, if you even drive without a belt, you might go to jail. If you are no one, if you cross the red light, you go to jail, you lose your job, you go to court, the judge will punish you, will humiliate you, for you are obviously a bad person. But if you are a powerful person, you can kidnap people, you can rape, you can do whatever you want. The history of Saudi royal family kidnapping people, raping women, raping even men. There's a Saudi prince in the UK. He killed his boyfriend. He's a gay. He killed his boyfriend, and I don't know what happened after that. But there is tons of cases. Like they rape their maids, they kill them, they throw them in in the desert. Uh, do you remember? Anyone remember what happened to the guy from Pakistan who did supposedly steal money from his boss, which is the brother of the Prince of Emirat? Go watch the video. There's a video about it in YouTube live. I mean, this is the recorded live what he's doing to them. He was torturing him. He put salt in his anus. He hit him with a piece of wood have a nail in it. He uh, he run over him by his for a drive car. He shot between his legs, terrifying him with his Kalashnikov. And the prince himself, he is the one who asked them to record this. I mean, and the policemen, they are the one who is holding this guy down so the prince he can torture him. This is why when somebody says to me, I'm going to work in Emirat, I feel sorry for you. Honestly, you don't know what you are doing. What if something happened to you there? What? Or Qatar or Bahrain or Saudi Arabia. You see, there is people who they are from, let us say, strong citizenship, but because those princes they invest heavily in England, they invest heavily in France, in USA. So at the end of the day, your government might not go to save you, to help you, because they are involved, they are with them in the bed. So what about if you are a Pakistani guy or an Indian guy, which means considered to be, with my respect to everybody, you are a poor citizen. You see, when you are poor, everybody rape you, everybody they torture you. If you go to Saudi Arabia, you will see 50 Indian, they put them in one room. And then one American, he have one apartment. But both of them, they are employee in the same company. Just because this guy is an American and those guys are Indian, so the Indian, we put them in shelves in the top of each other, and the American, we put them in a nice apartment, every individual by his own, and even we give him a car. This is the fact which nobody want to talk about it. The slavery today, is exist. You go to Qatar, Qatar, they bribe the when they vote, where they will do the what they call it, the international football game, whatever. I don't know which year. Anyway, they win supposedly, and go and see what's happening to those poor employees who's coming from Philippines, India, Bangladesh, Pakistan. And by the way, this is not about Muslim and a Christian. Those people, they humiliate everybody. And Arab, and I am supposedly an Arab, so I'm not being a racist, talking about my people. Uh, there's nobody racist as much as they are. If you are a person from dark skin, forget it. They will not treat you as a slave. You are a slave for them. If you are a person who is Indian, they will never respect you. Even if you are an Egyptian, imagine Egyptian, supposedly they consider them as an Arab, but they are not for them. They discriminate you even if you are one of them. Egyptian is an African for them. They discriminate them. Uh, uh, it doesn't matter who you are, you will be discriminated somehow. So Arab discriminate Arab, Arab discriminate non-Arab, Arab discriminate you by color, by religion, by family. Who's your family? If you are from an important family, then we treat you differently. So those countries who have no law, everything is possible. You might be kidnapped, you might be raped, your daughter, she might be raped, and what you can do about it if the one who kidnapped her is a prince? They will not even say we never saw her. Did she disappear? Okay, we don't know. You know, go and search in Google. You will find from Indonesia. Indonesia is a majority is a Muslim country. 1,200 1,200 maid killed in Saudi Arabia in 1 year. 1,200 poor women. And how they get killed? They made them, they raped them. Most of them they get pregnant. What they do, the Saudi, they go and they report in the police that our maid, she stole our money and she ran. She ran. And then they take the body of this woman, for sure, before they report to the police. What they do actually, they go, let us say, they will not kill her yet. They will go in the car. So if somebody stop them in the street, they are just going picnic in the desert. So they go in the desert in the middle of nowhere, you know. They take the maid out, they shoot her, they dump her in the desert, and who's going to find her? From the first day, all the wolves and the hyena, they will eat her flesh and nothing will be left of her. And if they found her, they will say, okay, well, didn't we report to the police a year ago that this woman, she stole our jewelries and she ran away? How she entered the desert, we do not know. Maybe somebody kidnapped her, we don't know. We had nothing to do with it, you know. And then the case will go against an unknown. So 1,200 people, women from Indonesia, to the point it forced the Indonesian government to stop any human being to go and work in Saudi Arabia as long as she is a female. So their history of kidnapping and torturing and raping is very normal. This is not only a behavior of a government. You know, you go to work as a maid there. You are coming from Philippines, you are coming from India, you are coming from a poor country. They take advantage of you, and then the whole family will rape you. Not only the one who owned the house who pay you a salary, him and his brothers and his sons, everybody in the house will rape you. And when you get pregnant, they shoot you, they dump you, they get rid of you. So nothing new and nothing will change. What this is noise is about, I don't know. Just because this guy is from a wealthy family and he is rich and he is working in Washington Post now, they forgot that he is a terrorist who worked with Osama bin Laden, with Taliban. They forgot that he is an intelligence for the Saudi. They forgot all his history, and now he is the victim. Well, I don't think he is a victim. I think Jesus said, those who take by the sword will be taken. Criminals, they have to pay for their crimes, either now or later, right? Now, yeah, in those countries they take your passport too. You are right. Not only that, in Saudi Arabia you cannot even leave between cities without permission of your they call it kafir, which means the one who sponsor you, the one you work for him, the one who gave you the visa. So you are a slave of him. He can accuse you anytime. Who you think they will believe? Who? There's many people I know, they work in Saudi Arabia for 3, 5, 6 years, they never get a salary. Why? Because the sponsor who brought them there with the visa, he threatened them, if you do that, if you ask for your salary, I'm going to accuse you that you stole my jewelries. I'm going to accuse you that you came to my house and you tried to rape my wife. You know. So what the drama we see today about you see, where is Hillary Clinton and Obama? Why they never spoke about human right in Saudi Arabia, in Qatar? You see, hypocrites. When Obama he went to Saudi Arabia, he bent down like a puppy in the front of the king of Saudi Arabia, like a dog. This guy is the president of the most powerful country, which means he is supposedly the most powerful man on earth at that time. How dare you? For he is a servant. Same as Hillary Clinton. That's why the Saudi, do you remember, guys, the Prince Al Walid? He made fun of Trump. Who remember? Who remember when the Prince Al Walid he posted in a Twitter attacking Trump? Anyone remember? Why they did that? They did that because they never thought that he will win. They thought that their women is going to win. Hillary Clinton, their puppy, their corrupt women, and her husband. They are in our pocket. So they start humiliating him, calling him names, making fun of him, because they never thought he will be a president. And when Trump became a president, I assure you, he was behind the reason to make this guy go to jail. The Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, the first one he arrested, it was this guy, the Prince Al Walid. They told him to come back urgently. The second he arrived in the airport, they took him and they arrested him and they stripped him with a couple of billions of dollars. And now this is good for Trump. This all what happened now is good for Trump, because you see, some people now they will say Trump is protecting the Saudi, but the America is protecting the Saudi all the time. Since when? It's not about Trump, but now Trump he will have advantage to control Saudi Arabia more and to force them to do more to USA. And I believe, and I will not be surprised if the Saudi soon they ask the American to open to open their army base in Saudi Arabia again, because they made a mistake. The Saudi, the biggest mistake they made when they told the American to leave Saudi Arabia, and that gave opportunity to the Prince of Qatar to ask the American to come to his country. And now the Prince of Qatar is like a pig who bite everybody, and he knows nobody dare to attack him because of the American. The Prince of Qatar can be taken off by moving the small finger of Trump. All what he need to do, he will give a light to the Saudi, says to them, attack Qatar, and we will not move. As simple as that. And Qatar is a small, tiny country, and this guy, he don't even have an army. And even his army is a bunch of guys who have a big belly from eating rice and a lot of meat every day. So I believe what happened is very good to expose many things about Islamic countries. And Saudi Arabia present that this is the country of Mecca, the country of Islam, and Islam is a place of justice. People they wear dress white, and people they pray 5 times a day, and people are very religious. But if you go to the embassy to get a stamp in your passport or a paper, we cut you pieces. That's exactly what Muhammad did. If we go right now and check how many Muhammad he tortured and he killed, we cannot even count the names. Nothing new and nothing unusual. The business is the same. Middle East never changed and will never change. And as I said, uh, uh, media is a place of hypocrisy. They remember things when they want and they forget things when they want. CNN and all those, they are in business with the Saudi. Yeah, this is normal. I mean, Muhammad he kidnapped, Muhammad he assassinate, Muhammad he rape. Muhammad he steal. Muhammad even, I made a cartoon. I don't know if you how many of you saw it, um, where Muhammad he is proud that he stole two sandals from a Jew. He took his sandals and he took his donkey and he took some ounce of gold and silver. And then he have a conversation with the donkey and his name is Ya'fur. You can watch the cartoon. So and even the Muslims admit that Muhammad he used to attack caravan. He's a caravan. Do you know what caravan mean? Like you are traveling between San Francisco and Los Angeles, and then a bunch of bandit they stop you in the street and they shoot at you and they kill you and they take your wallet and they take your money and they take your computer and they take your wife. This is what Muhammad is, and the Muslims they agree that Muhammad did that. They don't even say he did not. No, no, I'm not saying the Middle East is the only corrupt. Corruption is a disease, is the fastest spread disease everywhere. But the difference is, my friend, see, in like as an example, if you go to Israel, Israel suffer from a lot of corruption, but still there is people who they go after the corruption. As an example, the president of Israel now is in jail. Is that correct? The president himself, the wife of Netanyahu is under investigation. That is telling you that the country is still healthy. There is corruption, always will be corruption, but there is a law, and there's nobody above the law. Are you getting the point? So if they found that Netanyahu is doing something wrong, he will go to jail, and he is not the first prime minister go to jail in Israel. Are we listening, guys? It doesn't matter really, and that is telling you that the country is still healthy. But in the Middle East, you know, as long you're in control, who's going to take you to jail? In Israel, the police they come and investigate with the prime minister, like as if he is a normal citizen, not a big deal, and they can take him to jail. And they did to many before him. Go and see how many prime ministers they went to jail in Israel. The president himself, right now, as we speak, he is serving 5 years in jail. So uh, there is corruption everywhere, in USA, in the West, everywhere. But there is corruption where it is in the flag, and they say we are corrupt and what you can do about it. And there is corruption which is under the table, and if the public found about it, you will be in trouble. You know. So we cannot compare. You see, like there is always there is a stage of law. In Islamic countries, as I notice, you are corrupt. Suddenly, you turn to be corrupt after they take you off of the office. You know what I mean? Like you go to what's his name in Pakistan. The prime minister, he was there, he out of the office. Now suddenly he is as corrupt, then they turn in jail, blah 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 blah. But when he was in office, nobody talk about it. The same as the prime minister of Malaysia, he received $150 million, something like that, from the Saudi. So this, there is no real uh, fighting against corruption. It's just parties going after each other. Like I win now, you lose, so I'm going to dig behind you and see what you did. But in Israel, you can be the prime minister in the job. You are the one in control. Yet you cannot stop an investigation happening against you. Same as in America. Like now, in America, there's a judge who is investigating, or investigating the Trump relationship to the Russian. Trump, he cannot stop it, and if you stop it, he will be in trouble. So this is what healthy countries do. Corruption can be exist, but still there's nobody have full control of the everything. Trump, he is the president, but he cannot control everything, you know, and that is healthy. That is very good, because if a person is bad, he will not screw the whole country. Uh, somebody asking me if this is will go bigger after this guy exposed to be killed. Nothing will happen. You will see. So, in the coming 24 48 hours, the Saudi, they will admit that this guy, he was killed in the embassy, and yes, it happened, but it was unauthorized killing. It's supposed to be an investigation only. Somebody did some aggressive, you know, and he tried to cover up, and the people in the embassy, they try to cover up what they did, and we do not know about it. And what they will do, I will tell you what they will do. The crown prince of Saudi Arabia, he will withdraw the ambassador of Saudi Arabia from Turkey, and he will say we will send him to court because he might be responsible. They cancel some employees, some police officers, but at the end of the day, nothing will happen. So what they will do, they will put it in the sheep. You know, there's always a sheep to give it for to present to sacrifice. They will sacrifice some of their poor employees, as simple as that. You know what I mean? The future of America with Saudi Arabia will be even better because now Trump, he will control them better. They will they will own him a favor of protection. They need him more. They need to fix their reputation. They need to fix their this will make a very bad damage for the Saudi and the crown prince for a long time. But this is why they will be more attached to the shoes of Trump and whoever president will come after him, and they will spend more money on the corrupt president in Europe, like macaroni and baloney, and and all the funny ones, and uh, the royal family of England. They will invite the crown prince, who is always ready to come anywhere. Just invite him for a hamburger and give him some gold. So they will try to make themselves look nicer, you know. Uh, and many they are willing to help. Yeah, money, my friend. You see, Al Qaddafi is a terrorist. He is the one behind Lockerbie. All of you know, right? Okay, go and see how many European president went to Libya and give him a hug. After the American, they forced Al-Qaddafi to drop his chemical weapon, and they put their sanctions down. Right away, the president of France, he went there, the prime minister of Italy went there. I mean, one after one. And all of them, Al-Qaddafi, he showered them with money. Actually, Sarkozy, he won the election by the money of Al-Qaddafi, and right now there's an investigation, and he might go to jail as we speak. You know, all of them, they are corrupt. So Al-Qaddafi is a terrorist. Why nobody says how you go and give him a hug? Money. That's it. Libya is going to is destroyed. Libya will never have security, and until USA says you will have security. Libya is going to have war because simply there's no major power there to force security like in Syria. In Syria, there is the Russian. If not the Russian, Syria will be having war for the coming 60, 70 years, or maybe 100 years. So Libya will never have security unless the American, they made decision that we want security there. But it's not for the benefit of any of those who they are selling oil to make security in Libya. As long the war is going there, the oil price will be in better shape. If Libya come back to the oil business, then the oil price will drop heavily, and that is not good for the Saudi, that is not good for the American, that is not good for the Russian, that's not good for many. Like now, there is many, they are happy that Iran is going to be out of the oil market, including USA, including Saudi, including Venezuela, including Russian, including anyone who sell oil, except the one you put sanctions on them. So there is a big reason not to let the Libyan come back to business and have security, which is oil. And because their oil is scary, they have a lot of oil, and they might sponsor terrorism again with this money. So let them burn their money in war. As simple as that. This is the strategy. And now inside Libya, Qatar and Saudi Arabia are fighting. Qatar versus Saudi Arabia and Emirat. The Emirati and the Saudi, they are arming groups, and the Qatari, they are arming the Muslim Brotherhood in Libya. So the war will never stop there for the coming, and God knows until when. Maybe 20 years, maybe 30 years, we do not know. Uh, you know, like the war in all Middle Eastern countries. Who is the one control really security? Those countries, they have no security. You see, ISIS, if you remember, let me open the map. I thought I'm going to make a video for 5 minutes. I hate you guys. Uh, if you go in the map, let's see. Let me open it and share it with you. All right. This is the map here. If you remember, ISIS, when the Iraqi, they ask USA to leave. They asked them, and Obama almost here we go. Unlock the map. Commercial. All right, give me a second. What is that? To unlock the map, what I have to do? Should I say Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen? Click at the banner. You see, you believe it? You have to unlock the map, you have to click at the ad. This is how they force you to make money out of you. And now it took me where? What is that? Garbage. Let's see. Okay, let's see this one. I hope this one is not the same garbage. Anyway, you know, the Muslim Shia in Iraq, because they hate America, they asked the American to leave. Allahu Akbar, kuffar, get us away, get away from here, you know. all this all this garbage. And then ISIS, because American they left, ISIS they were so happy. That's it, there's no way to stop them. So ISIS, they control most of Iraq. Very easy, very fast, and nobody was able to stop them. If not the American, ISIS right now will be controlling all of Iraq. When ISIS they arrived to the point almost 60 to 50 kilometers from Baghdad, which mean here, they took Salah ad-Din, they took As-Salamaniya, they took all this area, they took all Al-Anbar, they took all this area. All this area was under the control of ISIS, you know. Imagine. And then they took all this area too here. So it became bigger than Iraq itself and Syria itself. So when the American left, ISIS expanded badly, and that because of the you know, the help of Obama, who obviously purposely he is waiting for this to happen. But I think Obama, he was planning to make the Muslim Brotherhood take over, not really ISIS. He wanted to start the Islamic Caliphate state, but it was the Muslim Brotherhood plan. So then the Shia, the government in Iraq, they begged the American to send their troops again, and then ISIS start losing again, you know, territory after territory after territory after territory, until they kick them out totally of Iraq. And now after ISIS is gone, the Shia, they will do the same. They will ask American to leave as usual, you know. But if American they left again, ISIS will extend again, and you will see, you know. The only reason that ISIS cannot do that in Syria, that because the Russian are not temporarily there, the Russian are staying there. And until now, you see here that, and this is very surprising, you will see that ISIS until now they have big territory inside Syria. And the question is, why? when the Russian they try to attack ISIS in this area, American they stop them. They don't allow them to go farther. Nobody can get in. I mean, okay, we finish as ISIS there. No, we are not finished. So why the war stop on them? Why you don't finish them all? Simply, the American they are giving a clear message that if you ask us to leave, we will let those on you. And they can gather their forces again, and they will get mujahideen coming from around the world. And ISIS right now have more than $5 to $6 billion budget as money with them, which means they're saving. So ISIS now is not the same as before. Yes, they collapsed, they lost everything, but they have a lot of money, and that money can recruit a lot of people. You see, all what you need to do in countries who's suffering from security and there's no jobs and there's no money and there's no business is to pay salary. A person who have a family, he want to run, he want to feed them. What he will do? They will say to him, "Join us. We will give you $500 a month. That will more than enough to feed you, and we will give you free rice. We will give you free bread. We will give you free coupon. We'll give you free housing. What do you want more?" This is how ISIS was able to accomplish their mission. They control the oil and they grab all the benefit from the oil, and then they were able to recruit. But because they rule all this area for more than 3 years, they were able to save a lot of money. ISIS they took only from the city of Al Mosul alone, more than $600 million from one bank only. They attacked the city. The bank have about $600 million, a government bank. They rip it all. So they have a lot of money, and ISIS existence now is important for the American. I don't know if I told you a story before about a guy in the Middle East. We call him Juha. Juha is a kind of a comedy person in the culture of the Middle East, and Juha, he's supposedly a funny person. So he sold the house he owned, but he put a condition in the new buyer. He told him, "I am going to sell you all the house, but I have a condition. I have a nail, and this nail is I'm going to put it in the bedroom. You have to give me access to this nail anytime on the daytime. This is the nail." So Juha, he come in the middle of the night, he knock at the door, and this guy is sleeping with his wife in the bedroom. What do you want, Juha? You forgot? What forgot what? I bought the house from you. Why you are coming now? You forgot? We made a condition. I have to go. I have a nail. I have a nail in the bedroom. This is the condition. So now Juha, he go inside and he go all the way to the bedroom to check the nail. Do you understand what I'm saying, guys? So if the snail is coming out, how Juha can get in? So in order to make us having access to Syria and to Iraq, and nobody can even live without us, we have to keep the nail of Juha there, and that is the nail which they are talking about. Otherwise, I mean, ISIS collapsed. They are very weak now. Why this? What this is that? What happened? How they say the war is over? I mean, how they say that ISIS is gone, but it's there. Do you see it? They are there. Ah, all right. Well, we will make it for you in Arabic, no problem. But I think people they get the point. The point is, we tell you we don't want anything from here, but we have a nail there, and well, without us, you cannot do it. All right. And if we take this nail off, then you do not need us. So we have to keep the nail as it is. And this is the case on all over the Middle East. You see, like now, Iran, as an example, Iran is a wonderful resource of money to USA and the West, because all those naive, weak countries in the Gulf, they need the protection of USA. and without USA they cannot fight Iran. Iran can swallow them overnight. Iran is a powerful, big, huge country, big population, and they have gas, they have oil, they have money, and those countries around them, Arab countries, they are still Bedouin, uneducated. Um, yes, they have nice roads now because of the oil. Like if you go to Emirat, you think you are going to a high-tech country, but still Emirat can be controlled in not even 5 minutes. What Emirat? The whole army of Emirat is smaller than my family if they are coming for lunch. So uh, uh, they are small, tiny countries, and they have a very weak defense system, and they are spending too much money on defense, but that will not make you have an army. You see, because all your weapon anyway is not really even your weapon, and having 60 airplane or 70 airplane in Emirat will not make you able to fight an army like Iran. Uh, and Iran is very very close. They can do invasion very fast. You see, like if you measure in Google the distance between here and here, this is nothing. The distance between this area between Qatar as an example and Iran is nothing. Here is even almost nothing at all. You know, uh, Iran right now is a threaten that if American they stop really all the production of oil to be sold outside, they are going to close this area here in the sea, which is supposedly is going to stop a lot of oil from being produced and sold. But for sure, Iran, the second they do that, it's mean they are going to go for war, and that means they are going to go with war with Emirat, with Saudi, with Bahrain, with all the countries except Kuwait, because Kuwait, I believe, they are just too much puppies, and they have no loyalty, and Qatar, because Qatar already is friends to the Iranian. However, Qatar will not go in war for sure, and they cannot go in war anyway. But the USA is controlling all this territory here, which is their base, army base, which is going to be very useful to hit Iran in case of war. Uh, so let us see what will happen, and tomorrow will come with more news. But my advice to you, my friend, don't go to the Middle East. Me myself, I don't advise anyone to go to the Middle East. You might be you like to go and see ancient buildings in Egypt. I don't advise you. Go and see how many tourists every year get killed and disappear in Egypt. Go and see what happened to the guy who was doing his PhD. And there's now a guy who is doing his PhD in Emirat. He is in jail for the last 6 months. He was doing his PhD. They accuse him of being a spy. Spy? He was just a question about the royal family to make his study. The second you start to question the royal family behavior, it's the same second they will accuse you of anything. So don't go to the Middle East. I don't advise you unless for you are willing to risk it, especially if you are a female. A female, she go to the Middle East, literally she is out of her mind and she is stupid. Don't complain for what will happen to you when you go there if something happened to you. I saw so many people, they make videos about going to trip in as an example in Egypt. The first thing you will face when you go to Egypt is if you are a female, you will be molested. This is in the best scenario, if not raped. A Western woman in the eyes of people there, she is a whore. Excuse my language, I'm not being rude, but this is how it is. So you walk in the street, everybody want to take a bite of you, everybody want to touch you, everybody will think you are a whore, who think that you can sleep with you and you don't mind even to take off your panty in the street. So be careful about what you do, where you go. These countries are not safe and not secure. Nobody should go there unless he have to, unless you are a Middle Eastern, because then you know how to deal with them. Um, yeah, I know. I'm not speaking against the Egyptian. No, I'm saying about situation. You see, uh, 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 You can go and see. You walk in the street. If a woman, she is wearing a jeans, wearing nice clothes, walking along in the street, you will find 500 dogs chasing her. There's tons of videos like that. You will not believe it. If I show you, you will not truly, you will not believe it. You know, you go in the bus, you want to take the bus, like you see those who want to travel in budget. You go in Egypt in the bus, they will molest you. They will rape you in the bus. You know, uh, and not only Egypt. I mean, all Middle Eastern countries, the same garbage. Because those, they are hungry to sex, and they have their idea that you are a Western, you sleep with everybody. Since you are 12 years old, you are sleeping around. So now, why you want to be what? You want to be the Virgin Mary now, huh? Huh? What's wrong with you? You know? Uh, they do that even to their own people. So what they will do to you as a foreigner, you know what I mean? Don't think that Egyptian women, she is safe. No, Egyptian women, they will be harassed, they will be molested. She go in the bus, she is because the buses there is very, very busy. So 10 men, they were around her. One is touching her breast, the other one is touching her ass, the other one is rubbing his private part with her body. I mean, it's horrible. But if you are a poor woman, what you will do? You have to take the bus. You cannot take a taxi. And if you go and take a taxi, as an example, in Jordan, if you go in Jordan, all the taxis have no uh, um stereo. Anyone knows why? Anyone knows why in Jordan there's no stereo in taxi? Who knows why? Nobody knows why. You go in Jordan. This is Jordan now, not Egypt. You go in Jordan inside the taxi. The driver, he will play for you porn tape sound, like a guy and a woman having sex. The second a woman, she jump in the back seat, he put a tape, porn tape, in the stereo, to the point this became very popular that the government have to force that all taxis take their stereo. Imagine, there's no radio, there's no stereo, there's nothing inside the taxi. They take it off. It's corrupt society, garbage. They have no ethic. They speak too much about ethic. Nobody speak about ethic and about religion as much they do. Nobody speak about ethic as much they do. But in reality, the story is different. Me myself, when I was in high school, I remember a guy. He's in my with me in the high school. He said to me, "You know what? I'm not going to go after a girl anymore." I said, "What girl?" He said, "Yesterday I saw a girl. She was really, really good looking, and I chased her. So I was walking behind her, saying, like you're beautiful, etc. She's wearing burqa, and then she's walking in the same direction of his house." And then she keep walking in the same direction, and he's going to his house anyway, but she's in his way in the front of him. Then she stopped in the front of his house. So he thought, what? Maybe she know him. She's going to tell his family or something. You know. Obviously, she know him, because why she stopped in the front of his house, and then she knock at the door, and then she get in. He just walking like 50 meters away. Like, what? She's getting to my house. So he thought he's going to tell his dad. Later, he found out that this is his sister. So this guy was chasing his sister, saying to her filthy words, filthy language, let us go, let us do this, let us do that, and then at the end he found that this is his sister who was wearing a burqa. He went inside the house to see where is this girl. Maybe she's coming to visit his sister, maybe she's a friend to his sister, she will tell her sister about him, so he went inside the house. He's like worried about what will happen. Maybe she told my family, maybe she told my sister, but there's nobody. He said, where is the girl who came? His sister. She said, it's me, you are chasing me all this time. So he was telling me what happened. He said, I will never do that again. So you can imagine if they are doing this to their sister. Well, you see, the only way for countries to be advanced, to bring a Christianity, and I'm being honest in that, you can ask anyone, including Muslims, if you go in the Middle East, in any country, A country occupied by Christians is totally different from country from streets and territory occupied by Muslims. You can go as an example to anywhere like Lebanon, Jordan, Egypt. But what do you want? It doesn't matter. Just go and see. The second you enter an area which have Christians is different. The same as in Israel. Go to Gaza and go to Israel. It's like 1 kilometers between them. You will find yourself as if you are turning from heaven to hell. Not only about everything changed, how clean it is, the garbage, the language, you know. Go in Beirut. You go to the east of Beirut. You feel you know it's better than Europe. You go in the Islamic territory. Go to Hezbollah area. You will feel like you are going in Iran, and the mullahs, the pictures of the terrorists everywhere, people holding guns everywhere. I mean, this is garbage, graffiti everywhere. I mean, it's crazy. Actually, in if you build a building, let me tell you what they do in the Middle East about the real estate business. There's many Muslims who they are rich. They build buildings, they build buildings, and they sell only to Christians. Anyone knows why? Anyone knows why they sell only to Christians? Imagine he's a business, the owner, the businessman is a Muslim, but yet he want to sell only to Christians. Why? Let us see who of you will figure out why they are selling. Why they are selling to Christians? No, it's not because he liked the Christians, but because the price. If the whole building is a Christians, the price the building will be 3-4 times more. The second you sell to a one Muslim family, the price will drop. Nobody want to stay there. A Muslim man, he will pay any price to live in a Christian territory because his children will be safe, his wife will not, he will not be worried about you know, when Muslim family they come to visit my family, the wife she come in, she's wearing short skirt. She take the hijab, she sit and she's wearing short skirt. You know, nobody of us actually from my family they wear what they wear. She is showing the top of her chest like she is a Mexican girl, a lot of makeup, and you know, like what happened? Because we are Christians. When I was in high school, I am like, you know, I'm already a man. You know, when you are in high school, you are not a kid no more. I go to visit Muslims. If I am alone coming, I go and I sit with their sisters, and nobody hide and nobody wear hijab, and they are wearing even your sleeping clothes. The second another Muslim guy he come and knock at the door, all the girls hide. Why? Because Muslims don't trust Muslims. They trust you as a Christian. This is a fact. They don't trust each other. They knew that Islam will make the mind of a person right away. When a Muslim he enter a house of other Muslim, he will start looking at the legs of the wives of this guy. Or his daughter, she is walking by and she is wearing something, you know, right away all the women they have to hide. Do you remember the story where Muhammad he said to his wives to hide when the blind man he come? Do you remember it, guys? A blind man. I mean, why they want to hide from a blind man? Because he have a dirty mind. You see, when you have a dirty mind, you think dirty always. Do you know what I mean? If you are a thief, you think everybody is a thief. If you are a whore, you think everybody is a whore. If you are, you know, you think who you are about others. So when a blind man come to visit Muhammad, let's find you the hadith. I have a problem with my keyboard. Hold on. Let us see. Here we go. I was with the Messenger of Allah, SWS BBBB FG Mercedes Benz, when Ibn Maktoum came. This guy is a blind man, and this guy Muhammad, right away when this man he came, he said to his wife, observe veil from him. We asked Messenger of Allah, but isn't he blind? Muhammad is asking them to observe veil, to wear hijab, but they said, isn't he blind? He can neither see us, need or nor recognize us. Look what Muhammad he said. He said, because now he got busted that he's stupid. He said, are you both blind? Like what? Don't you see him? But we know that hijab, women, she still can see. All what you need to do is just to cover herself. And so what if she can see him? This guy is not naked. But because he's a dirty-minded person, he is worried that his wives will look at this man who is a blind. When you are a person who is dirty in the mind, anything you see around you from women, you think they are a sexual object. This is why he think anyone he will come to his house, he will think about his wives as sexual object. Right? Do we have any Muslim here? Do we have any Muslim here? Or, if you look at the comments of the Muslims in my videos, I always laugh. You will see they are calling me names. I do not know what I'm talking about. This guy is stupid, but they don't dare to call me. Why you don't call me? Call me and get me busted live. Don't you want to get the honor? And imagine, my friend Abdul, if you call me and get me busted, do you know how many inch Allah will increase, or how many meter or kilometer Allah will increase the size of your penis? You remember that the Prophet, he promised you that Allah will give you endless penis? So if you fight me and get me busted, Allah even will increase the endless penis, will make it like maybe a few kilometers longer. Don't you want to get that? Hello? Give me your evidence about what? About what? About the endless penis? Okay, what about you call me and I will show it to you and I will make you read it. What do you say? Is that a good deal, guys? Is that a good deal? Are you willing to call me? Say yes, I will log in Skype. Hello? Hello? الو بيروت من فضلك يا عيني ترررررم اعطيني يا عبدول دخلك على الخط شوي الو عبدول من فضلك يا عيني ترررررم call me عبدول call me now بس شوي. Oh boy. Yeah, now he's playing dead. They play between, like, he have a big mouth, the text is running. The second you start talking to him, he say like, what are you talking to me? I'm not here, I'm even dead. Hello? And then he will go and he will sing the song. For those who speak Arabic, they know there is a song, it's called Zalamu. You know Zalamu? الظلموا الظلموا محمد الظلموا ضربوه هزقوه وبصحن مخلل حطوه تررم. All right. Anyway, what happened to you, Abdul? What happened? What happened to the guy? Anyway. So if you are a female, please just preserve your veil, because we have a blind in the house. Are you blind, Abdul? Can you tell me why your prophet he is ordering his wives to hide from a blind man? Why they have to wear hijab? He's a blind. Do you do that, Abdul? Do you do that if a blind man come into your house? Do you order your wife to wear hijab? One question answer if he have one question. This guy is Muslim. You see this Muslim he have one question all his life. He have one question. He don't have a question why his prophet is ordering his wives to wear a veil when the guy is a blind. This is not a problem. All right. Any Abdul? All right. Anyway, I wasn't really planning to stay long today. See, guys, we tried to do a live broadcast for 10 minutes, and look what happened. I mean, because of you. What are you doing? I will complain to Allah now and His Messenger. Anyway, going back to our topic about this guy, nothing will happen. The Saudi, I believe they are going to. That's it. I think they have enough evidence. I think they have recording about against them, and I believe it was either mostly is the CIA who linked those audio to the Turkish authority uh, to put more pressure on the Saudi. Obviously, there's an agenda behind this. The story of this guy was wearing an Apple Watch and all this garbage. I mean, nobody can believe it. When you go inside the Saudi to a place where they investigate you, those they have special rooms where there's no connection can go through. No, so nobody can spy at them, etc. But obviously, you can do that. But the CIA they have their own way to spy at anyone, and most likely, I think the Crown Prince he is the one who did the investigation live in a let us say in private call, private video thing, and the CIA they have the whole thing taped. So the Saudi they will be controlled by USA for a long time to come, because they can release this tape anytime and they can expose the Crown Prince, and that will be a big problem for him. My friend, don't worry about the ignorant comment. What about you focus on the ignorant comment of your God? As an example, your God, he said the sun set in murky water. Do you think this is an ignorant comment or stupid or smart? Huh? Hello? Why you are focusing in the comment in the text, but you are not focusing in the comment of your prophet, the Quran? By the way, tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. be here, everybody. We are going to speak about the topic. The video is already titled. It's about why the shaitan is a Muslim in Islam. This is the only religion the shaitan is part of it. He is a believer. This is the only religion. So tomorrow we'll talk about it, and I hope some Muslims will call us and they will be brave to debate us. Forget about this guy. He's a poor guy. Put yourself in his shoes. He have a God. His prophet never spoke to him. He never heard his voice. He never even met him. His prophet, he went to the 7-Eleven heaven in the top of a flying donkey, but the donkey have no wings. And this guy, he came back and nobody saw him. He have no miracles. Nobody saw a miracle. The Quran confirmed that. This guy, his God, he said to him that his sperm coming from the backbone and the ribs of the women. His God told him sun set in murky water. His God told him that he will make his penis endless, which is very painful and dangerous. Because imagine you live in Egypt, but yet your penis is in Tokyo. I mean, what will happen between? What if your penis went to the jungles of Brazil? Do you know what kind of ants there? What do you think? Do you know what kind of ants, what they will do to your penis if you go in the jungle with it? I mean, this is really very, this is not a reward, my friend. This is very dangerous. And why you need an endless penis if your wife is next to you? I mean, your wife is next to you, but your penis is in Tokyo. So what do you do now? You make a U-turn? Come on. I'm sure you are smart. All right. Imagine, you live in New York, but your penis, you get a ticket because of your penis in Ching Chong Chong Jing Jong Bing Jing, which is the suburb of Beijing. What you receive a mail from the Chinese authority says that your penis was, blocking the highway. I mean, come on. And you cannot get away with it because it's connected to you. You cannot cut it off and say, I have nothing to do with it. They will trace it. Your penis have an IP. How I can call you? You want to call me? Are you serious? Okay, hold on. This guy want to call me. Guy, give him my Skype. I wasn't planning to open my, but as long as he want to call me, let us see what he want to do. Call me in Skype. Let us go to the application. Go to Skype. But this is I'm expecting him now. He will not call. I will give you 5 minutes to call me. If you don't call me after that, forget. All right. Let us log in. Who wanna bet that he will not call me? Who is a Muslim wanna bet with me that betting is haram? Any Muslim wanna bet that it's haram to bet? Trust me, they do it. All right, Abdul, you can call me. I am in Skype now. Go ahead. Let us see how good you are. Are you going to call? Call me, my friend. Call me. I'm waiting. And trust me, Allah will help you. Will give you all the energy you need and all the answers. Allah have all the answers. Anything you want to know. I mean, just if you have any question, just ask Allah. Unbelievable. This God, he knows anything. Anything. You just name it. Are you going to call me, my friend? I'm waiting. It is haram? Yeah. It's haram to bet? Is it haram to bet? But it's not haram to do gambling. The Quran says it's haram to do gambling. But Muhammad, he gamble all the time. You Muslims, you gamble all the time. When you believe in religion, in a God you never saw, you never spoke to, you never heard of, you never even heard his voice or his fart, isn't it gambling? It's gambling. You believe that there is a God, he will give you a lot of versions. How you know even they are versions? Maybe they are goats. Maybe he will not give you anything. It's a gambling. You go and you join the Mujahideen. You gamble your life to get what? A bunch of versions. And then after you open the box, you find they are like 100 years old and they are not virgin at all. They just have a plastic surgery and their belly became in their nose. Are you going to call me or what? Are we going to receive a call or no? There we go. See, they seek attention, Yeah, I mean, what the idea of having 80,000 versions. I mean, this is not heaven. This is hell. Imagine you go inside a bedroom, you find 80,000 women. They jump on you. What would happen to me then? I will be tortured. This is not heaven. One woman, she would drive you crazy. What about two and three and four and five and six and seven and eight and 80,000 women, and then 80,000 little boy to serve you according to Muhammad? 80,000? Why? How many sandwiches I would eat a day? Do you remember once I was debating a Muslim? He says the Prophet here was he's being exaggerating. It's mean he's lying. What mean exaggerating? When you say he was exaggerating, it's mean he's a liar. Yeah, this is what moderate Muslim do. Moderate Muslim, they get you inside the embassy and they use the high-tech technology machines to cut you pieces. That is a moderate terrorist. I mean, obviously he's a moderate. You go inside the embassy to sign a paper and then they cut you pieces, and he's a moderate. I mean, come on. Go, buddy, go. Don't call me. Don't call me. What? How I can call you? Go, go. I will ban you from texting here. I have no time for. I will give you time out just because you're a bad boy. Forget. All this time we talk in Skype, and now he's asking me how to call you. Anyway, just to finish this topic here, let us see in the coming 48 hours what will happen. But I believe this what will happen exactly. They will announce that yes, he was killed in the embassy, but the crown prince, he have nothing to do with it. The king, his majesty, is very innocent. The crown prince is an angel, Jibril, and he don't even know what virgin mean. And the crown prince, he will say, I have no idea. I have no idea. I wish I know. I will punish severely those who killed this guy. I told them, give him ice cream, not to make him a cream. Look like when I spoke to them over the phone, the voice was cutting and they did not hear the word ice, they heard the word cream. So they creamed the guy and then they dump him in the sewage. And those things happen always in the Middle East. The prophet, he hears something from God, but he don't hear the whole thing. He hear only when he says to him, and any Muslim woman, she want to take off her panty only as a privilege to the prophet. He heard that part. His ears was really all hearing, all listening. So my friend, don't, I mean, things happen. I mean, how many times do you hear in the movie sometime like the guy is trying to ask for rescue and then suddenly the phone is not working? I mean, come on, those things happen always in American movies. Or suddenly like the helicopter, mayday, 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 and like what? Hello? Like the machine was working all the time, but now because they need it, it's not working. I mean, it's a movie, perfect movie. Oh, and Muslims are the best to make movies. So now you will see how many journalists will defend the crown prince, how many newspaper will write about how amazing he is, um, that he is really a person who is so much in love with ice cream, and he never thought they will make the guy cream. Or you will see. You will see. Yeah. And actually, in the best scenario, they might say that Jamal Khashoggi, he committed suicide when he went to the bathroom to brush his teeth. He swallowed his toothbrush. Or maybe they will say by mistake he swallowed the base of his toothbrush, and he tried to spit it out. He put his head down in the toilet seat, but accidentally he fell down in the toilet seat, and he hold the flesh for the water by his hand to survive, but that make the water swallow him. I mean, those things happen always in the Middle East. You guys, you have no idea. You don't speak Arabic anyway. Today, one of you, somebody sent a video. He posted a video on YouTube, and this guy with his name Muhammad Hijab, he was saying to the guy every 2 minutes, "You don't know Arabic. You don't know Arabic. You don't know Arabic. You don't know Arabic." You don't know Arabic. My friend, because you don't know Arabic, you have no idea how fun it is to go in the embassy, in any embassy, Middle Eastern embassy. So I encourage you all actually to apply for visas in Saudi Arabia, to Emirat, Bahrain. I mean, a lot. You will be famous. Okay, imagine you go in the embassy of Emirat, and then you disappear. But be careful. Leave your wife or fiancé outside, or if you are married woman, leave your husband outside and leave the phone so we can trace you. Like this guy, if they knew that his fiancé was out, obviously that will not happen. But obviously it's very fun to go and visit any embassy in the Middle East, and I advise you guys to visit the Middle East. I'm a Middle Eastern. It's the best place in the world. It is the best. First of all, you see, Middle East have a lot of things you don't have in your country. As an example, in the Middle East, if you have some connection, you can drive when the traffic light is red. Who care? One phone call, it's okay. If the policeman he chase you, even you can send him to jail. I'm not kidding. You can send the policeman to jail. He will apologize the second he knew who you are. In the Middle East, you can kill somebody, you can shoot, as long as you are rich, you will not go to jail. You can do whatever you want. I mean, it's fun. This is how it is. الساعة الإلكترونية راحت فين؟ باعوها. خليلو. When they say that this is recorded by the Apple Watch, this is a joke. As I said, in embassies, you cannot do any transmission from inside the embassy to outside. All phones, when they get inside embassies, especially those embassies who they are red light traffic embassies, who do kidnapping and etc. It's like even USA embassy, there's no transmission, and they won't even allow you to have any electronic things with you, including your watch. This is why they don't allow you to have your phone with you inside. You have to leave it outside, because you can record with it, and all of them, they knew that those watches they can record too, and they can transmit. Yeah. He agreed to debate David Wood. Why he will not agree, my friend? David Wood is not is not a person who can break the bones of a Muslim. He do not know much about Islam, and he don't speak Arabic. They will play the game with him as he don't know Arabic. This is why they agree with it, to debate him. This is why they agree to debate anyone who don't speak Arabic. He's dead. You want me to debate the dead guy? I'm glad you did not say to me, do you want to have an interview with Jamal Khashoggi? I will debate anyone, including Muhammad, just to bring him back. Anyone you wish. Always I have my Skype open. I do not need anyone to tell me I want to debate or not to debate. Just call me. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Christian friends?
Yes.
Yes. You hear me, right?
I hear you. Who is with us?
My name is Ibrahim. I'm from Turkey, and now I watch your program.
All
Thank
right,
you very
Ibrahim.
much for your information. You are really good at this work, really.
Thank you, Ibrahim. So what do you want to share with us? What do you think?
First of all, really, I want to say thank you. I am ex-Muslim.
All right.
I left this religion more than 20 years ago.
Okay.
I am 40 years old. I have also a YouTube channel, GIG TV.
All right,
I take information from your programs that I use. That sometimes I show your program videos in my programs.
that's wonderful.
Really, thank you very much.
So you
You
speak
are
you
really good
speak
at.
you speak to Turkish people, Ibrahim?
Yes, of course, of course.
All
I
right.
make program by Turkish language
And do you
for
have
them.
many subscribers? I hope you have many. I hope so.
They closed my channel many times, almost three
Don't
years.
don't don't give up. Open again. Always back up your,
I
yeah.
open.
Always back up your videos. Ask people to download your videos, and you can load them in other channels and other places. And you can load them again because they will try to fight you. You know them.
I know, I know. Really, I understand you very much, bro, because really, this religion is like a devil in this world. Believe me, you already know. I want to say your subscribers also. This is a devil religion. I escaped from Turkey because of this. I'm sorry, I don't want to use bad words, but really, I hate because of this devil religion. I escaped from Turkey because I'm tired to see the stupid people around me. They believe this devil like a paradise.
Yeah.
Really, really. Yeah. Even in Russia now, I'm in Russia. I tried to go to United States, but they didn't give me visa because I am from Muslim
They
country.
will give you only if you are a terrorist. If
Maybe.
you join Al
Yeah,
Qaeda, trust me, if you join Al Qaeda or ISIS, all European countries they will give you a visa right away.
yeah.
Yeah,
Really, really. I don't know when people will wake up from this devil idea. Really,
yeah. Did you
I'm
try
tired
to
of.
grow, Ibrahim? I have
Yeah,
advice for you. Grow your beard, and wear clothes like a terrorist, and go to apply to the French embassy, and you will see they will give you a visa, or English embassy. I'm serious.
yeah.
They will
Maybe I don't
they will
know.
give you a visa right away. Just to grow your beard. When you go there, whatever they ask you, say whatever they ask you, say Alhamdulillah,
But I
Alhamdulillah.
hate these words.
Yeah. Do you Alhamdulillah. Right away they will give you a visa because they give visas to all terrorists in the world. England is the nest of terrorism and terrorists, same as France. Same, just go to England. You will see all the big terrorists in the world. They are there in the heart of London. London, you know.
Just it was my dream to live in the United States because I love to speak English language, but I don't have it yet. Sometimes people ask me,
My
"Can you
friend,
make
what about we
English?"
exchange? You take my place, I take your place in Russia.
No, but I want to improve my English because not enough. Sometimes I read your programs with subtitles because it's hard to understand because especially this religion words, it's very different for me because we are Turkish, we don't understand.
Yeah,
Especially when I make program, I learn really. I many times need to thank you, really, because in Turkey, we don't understand Arabic language. They change the words like plastic.
yeah,
They every time change. They try to show people this religion like a paradise, but
I know.
the base everything is different.
Yeah, I know how it
Yeah,
is. I know how it is. They the same in English, by the way. They change the translation. They change in French. They change in all languages in order to fool people. Like when they make tons of videos about Quran and science.
yeah.
All those videos are they give wrong interpretation, wrong translation, just to fool people, make them believe that the Quran really teaching about science.
Like they are fabricating lie, people.
Yeah, it's the only way to sponsor a lie is to make another lie.
Yeah, really. I start to make a video almost 3 years ago, maybe more. Too many channels closed because they attack me. Can you imagine? Maybe thousand people send them email to kill me
Yeah,
just to show the reality because of reality. I make online program like you. They every time attack me, even online. We
yeah,
will kill you. We will fight you. I say, do you see what I am explaining you? This is your religion.
yeah.
Now you
Don't
are
don't
proving
don't
this.
uh, don't be afraid of any of them. You see,
I never,
The
never.
Muslims now they stop. Sadly, I don't know why they stop sending me threat. They used to send me threat, but I don't know why they stop. I think they give up. They know this is not working.
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
they try to intimidate you, to scare you in order to shut up. But then after some time they will notice that you don't care, and then they will give up, you know. But for in the beginning, always they try to do that with everybody.
Yeah. But now less. In the beginning time, I was the first who was making the video 3 years ago. Now there are some people they also make video, but they close their face. When
Yeah.
I start to make video, 3 years, I was using mask,
Hmm.
vendetta mask. I was using. They were searching me all the Turkey, everywhere. They go everywhere, and suddenly they understand who I am
Hmm.
because my accent, and they find my family, and they push my family to stop me. Can you imagine? This is religion.
Oh yeah, I know they will
This
do
is
they
religion.
will do anything.
Police come, police come. This fanatic Islamist people come. My brothers, my sisters. Can you imagine? That's why I try to explain people. This is reality Islam.
Yeah,
This is the reality.
yeah.
People must learn this sick idea.
Well, I'm glad that you are out of it, Ibrahim, and I hope more Turkish people they will join you. And feel free to post your name in the text, so people they can click at your name in YouTube and maybe they can subscribe if there's
Yeah, I
any.
write already. GIGTV in the test.
All right, guys. This
Just
is this is
subscribe.
his name. This is his name. This is his account. Anyone would like to subscribe to his channel if you speak Turkish, feel free because his channel is in Turkish. All right,
Yeah.
Ibrahim.
By the way, Christian Prince,
Yes.
I want to ask you a question because your video is very long. It's very hard to understand because 3 hours, 4 hours, 2 hours, and every time I making back to understand you, but I couldn't find. You are talking sometimes this Sulaiman history about you every time telling
Hmm.
uh, Shaitan come, this Shaitan sleep, all his wives, something like that. But I need this search. Where can I find this real search?
You
Because
can
in Turkey,
if you can get my books, if you can get my books in Kindle, they are cheap. You can get all the reference for all those stories. That
ah,
that will be the easiest way to always have the reference in your hand, you know, because for me sometimes it's really hard. Like if I go to Facebook, everybody asking me where I can find this, where I can find that. I cannot answer everybody, you know. I can answer when I'm live and debating somebody. But the easiest way always, if you see a video, I'm speaking about something, usually I show it in the screen, correct?
mm-hmm.
What you can do, if, pause the video, stop the video, and type the same exact words you see in front of you in the screen, especially if it's in English. Search it in
Yeah,
Google,
I know. I
yeah, and you
watch
will
all.
find it.
I know. Yeah,
Yeah,
but when I'm making video, if I read, it's okay. But I want to show in front of people on the website. For example, I learned from you
yeah,
Sunnahko.
you can, you know,
Always use this.
Ibrahim, before you start your video, your teaching, search for the
Mhm.
reference. You see, for me, I don't search for reference before. I find them when I am talking because I can find them easy. But for you, before you open a topic, go and do, let us say you watch my video today speaking about whatever issue. Uh,
Mhm.
Find the reference, save them in Microsoft Words. So next time you want them, they will be there. You will not need to look for them every time. And make this file like full of reference for many things. So anytime you want to talk about any topic and organize them, like make them this about killing, this one is about rape, this one is about theft, this
Mhm.
about versions, etc. You know,
Mhm.
yeah. This way you do not need to look for reference. And you see, actually, in the chat here, we have many admins who either they post during the chat or
Yeah, I
after.
know.
Like there is a brother, his name is Phil. He's very good guy. After I finish always the videos, he posts a lot of reference down for the same things I was speaking in the
Yeah,
in
I know. I know.
yeah, you can take
See
the
that.
reference from there, whatever the topic is. All right.
Yeah, but I need exactly this website about this Sulaiman history because I will open and show people like you. Open the website. This is searching, and you can see this website. You can, if you want, you can look. I always show people. This is the reference. This is ayat,
Yeah.
chapter this, like this. But I couldn't find this because I watch many videos in Turkish language. It's about Sulaiman. They are talking totally different. Totally. Again, lie. You know, this Islamic
Yeah.
everything lie. lie, lie, lie. But I want to show this. That's why. Anyway, I don't want to take your time much. Thank
No
you very
problem.
much.
Maybe tomorrow try to remind me when I am live, and I will get you the reference if we if we have time. Because tomorrow we will talk about shaitan anyway. So try to be with
Great.
us. So it's the same topic, and you can ask me. Just remind me about it, and we will show all the reference for this topic.
If I can catch you because we have different time. It's early morning in Russia now. It's
Okay, I will
Yungas is
try.
snow out.
I will try to remember your question, and I will show it. But
Okay.
you can go right now and you can search in Google. You will find that the Muslim believe that genies they can sleep with you know they can sleep with a human.
I
And
know, I know,
yeah,
I know some of these things. I know. That's about Suleiman. I need to take some reference to show me because this is Arabic language. You are translate because I don't understand the Arabic language. If you translate, I see and find and show people. That's what I need.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.
All right, my friend,
All right.
thank you for calling.
And bye, bye, bye.
Take care. um, there is tons of stories, in the yellow pages of Islamic books, and the Muslims for sure they try to deny those stories. Tomorrow our topic is about the shaitan and why he is a Muslim, and we will good that you remind me actually, so we can mention the part which about the shaitan, how he was serving Suleiman, and how shaitan later they took over the kingdom of Suleiman, etc., including having sex with his wives. Do we have any Muslim would like to call? Last call, last call. Anyone? All right, guys. You see, it was 10-minute, 15-minute video, and look what you did. Oh boy. So I want to say thank you guys for being here. I'm glad that I heard Ibrahim a call from Turkey. And actually, those people, they are wonderful people because you see, I don't speak Turkish. So now he can learn from what I am saying, and then he transfer this information to the Turkish language. That's perfect. That's wonderful. And that's why I encourage all people who speak languages to do their part. You have a duty in this life. Otherwise, the world will not get better and nothing will change. People still will believe that there is a God who will give me a reward if I kill you. It's not about somebody want to kiss a stone and that's it. It's about somebody he believed in killing you, he go to heaven. So don't think this is have nothing to do with you. You have a duty. Those people they believe in killing your children, they go to heaven. Killing you, destroying your business, your house, your country, they go to heaven. So this is not about me or Christian Prince. He have an agenda. This is about all of us. Your economy. Remember when terrorists they had hit your country. 9/11 was just by 19 terrorists, but almost all airline in America they go bankrupt. So imagine how many jobs are lost over one attack. So what if it is not 19? It was 19,000, or what if it is 19 million, or what it is if it is a million or a billion? They try to fool you. They say relax, and there's nothing wrong. They say to you only 10% of Muslims believe in terrorism. But if the Muslim today, they say, as the king of Jordan, he claimed that Muslim today is 1.6 billion. That means there's 160 million terrorists right now as we speak. If they say to us 10% only, which is absolutely a big fat lie. So if it's only 10%, we have 160 million, according to Muslim numbers, terrorists who willing to die to kill you. So don't think that this is a joke. Don't think this is about a person. This is about the whole world, and the world will never have peace as long as we have religion is called Islam. As simple as that. Thank you very much for being here. May the Lord bless you. And until we see you tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. New York time. This is a Christian Prince. I love you all. Christ is Lord, and Islam is false. See you soon again. Bye bye. Take care.